Good day, everybody. How's it going? We're back. I think this is gonna be the last one because we're in chapter 3 of 4, and we're basically almost through the chapter. I did have to glance at the guide a lot, more than I'm happy to. I'm sure that when it comes to point and click adventure games, it's one of those things where you have to kind of balance it out if you're streaming, like audience engagement and like that kind of thing. It's like after a certain point, the audience might go, come on, just get on with it. And I could kind of get a feeling when, my brain is also going to get on with it. So, I mean, it's a challenge. But here's the thing. I think that, you organically could probably find these solutions if you talk to enough people and show enough people items. Because you could literally show all the characters the different items of the game, which I have not been doing as thoroughly as I can. So what I'm going to probably try to do is that for this round, I will go till, like, probably 7-ish, and if we're not through the game at that point, then I'll bring up a guide and look at it, but before then I should avoid that. How's it going, Tony? Because I really want to try and find solutions organically. And just as a spoiler, I kind of already remembered one still. Watch the toast. Okay, so yes, last time we talked to these people, and they said we talked about um, the scepter and the reason that they wanted the scepter, and that we were living in a parallel dimension.
How's it looking?
You must activate all 3 towers to open the portal. I would help you, but I still feel like keeling over.
No worries. We're off then. That won't help her. That won't help her. That won't help her.
Oh my, that looks highly anatomically inaccurate. It must be the work of a true amateur. A small stone? That's really nothing special, my friend. Under other circumstances, I would consider that theft, but you probably know what you're doing with it. Flintstone is pretty rare around here, but if you want to build a fire, please do it somewhere else.
So, yeah. So, what I was going to note last time is that the scissors were found on the wall here. And you needed the scissors to turn on the fire to make the... to basically make the thing to rescue Joanna here. Basically to sharpen the... You needed to sharpen the scissors to cut the thing away from her. So, basically, they made sure that you had been to this area at least once prior to rescuing the wolf lady, so that way you knew, like, your character knowing to go here would be like, oh, okay. Like, so that's really good game design. Like, because if they didn't put the scissors in here, and they put the scissors somewhere else, like, I could have gotten the scissors somewhere else, like, made the scissors sharper, and then basically, like, rescued the wolf lady, and then basically suddenly end up here, a place I've never been, right?
The use of robes is not really part of my treatments.
Aw, too bad.
I used to have a doorstop like that, but I don't think we will need that one. A bucket? Show me your stool sample some other time, please.
Iron boots.
They are not ergonomically shaped at all. My condolences to the one who has to walk in them and gets sore hooves.
He's gonna say the same thing about ropes.
The use of ropes is not really part of my treatments. Whatever animal is responsible for that imprint, it must have suffered from strange deformities.
Yeah, I would say that.
The poor sap won't be able to do anything with that. The poor sap will...
Okay. So what we were doing... Can I open this?
There's nothing in there I want to see.
Okay. Well, okay, fine then. We want to go to the other two towers. So we need to go to this tower and this tower. So I think I remember the solution to the river. I will say I looked at the guide a bit, and, you know, things made sense. We didn't really do much at the other place, so... So if I, like, throw the stone at the...
That doesn't belong on a stick.
How do I rattle it?
That doesn't belong...
Can I... Should I be rattling it?
It's stuck in the stone. It's stuck in the stone. However, I don't think I need a musty old stick.
That's quite a deformed paw.
That doesn't belong...
You better not use it to draw water here, I tell you. That's some strange rope. I never understood why anyone would wear chunky boots like that. Nobody would be able to climb a tree wearing those. Interesting. I was not aware that flint could be found here on this island. Be careful with that.
Why? The scissors or the stone?
The blades of your scissors look downright laughable when compared to those on the creature's head there in the water. It certainly won't help you here. Nothing special, right? I've seen millions of them here. A rope? Whatever you do with it, be careful.
Let's see. Find Jolana, find something that enable Jolana's pain, enter all three towers and activate them. Alright, so... Have fun. Alright.
It's definitely not making this gloomy place any friendlier. It leads inside the tower. Probably the wrong way to open that door. Nothing visible to open it with. I'll knock politely.
My leader, is that you?
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that guy's a big guy.
Must have been the wind. Ah, too bad. I was hoping it was that roebuck I saw earlier. So I could finally crack his skull open like a walnut.
Yeah.
Wait! Now I've locked myself out again! I should really remember that this door can only be opened from the inside. Ah, well, I'll just use the back entrance again.
Thanks for the exposition.
That would have been too easy. Jarek has one of his men stationed here.
We better not mess with him.
Or we should. That's the whole point. Alright.
How do you get back in? Absolutely nothing to see on this wall. That's no good on the ground here. That's no good on the ground here. They're surrounding the entire tower. Unfortunately, I can't carve a second door into the tower with this. That doesn't do anything on the... Absolutely nothing to see on this wall. Say, Gwen... How can we get inside the tower?
Probably not through the front entrance. There must be another way.
I wonder whether we can take on this wolf.
That guy's got biceps bigger than your head. And I don't even want to talk about his vicious-looking teeth.
I get it. Could you watch the wolf? Hide behind the tower and watch him go in?
Knock again, and I'll try.
I'll take one more look around the area.
That noise again. Wait! Now I've locked myself out again! I should really remember that this door can only be opened from the inside. Ah, well, I'll just use the back entrance again.
So, did you see anything?
Only that the wolf did something with his feet. He seemed to position them on the little stone slabs in a certain order, but I couldn't really make out which ones. Then, a secret door opened, but when I tried to follow him in, the secret door closed again. If only we could find out what slabs he stepped on. Then we know how to open the secret door.
They're surrounding the entire tower. Ah, with the help of the mud, we could see where he goes. I should pour the mud on the slabs in front of the entrance, so he steps right into it.
See, this one's like organic.
This is slowly driving me crazy. And I stepped right into this darn mud. Wait! Now I've locked myself out again. I should really remember that this door can only be opened from the inside. Ah, well, I'll just use the back entrance again.
seems like he stepped on these stones in a certain order.
Was the split really necessary?
Right! A secret door! I hope I don't run into that wolf. Lucky us. He didn't see me. The wolves must have uncovered this button.
Hey, Shadow, how's it going? Yeah, let's wake up the laser. I'm sure the wolf will not notice that.
This tower is activated.
Yep. Hold on a second. I want to try something.
I better take the back entrance.
Okay. Won't let me knock again, will it? Surprised I could actually, like, get past here.
I've had enough of that. It's us again!
Greetings.
How can you be calm enough to read a book now?
That's good.
Listen, I'm trying to find out about the monster that was causing trouble here a moment ago. It must be possible to assign it to one of the animal species. But even this clever encyclopedia here doesn't seem to have the faintest idea about where this thing might have come from.
I guess your encyclopedia won't be of much use there, my fuzzy friend. We're dealing with something completely unknown right now.
Maybe I can still find something.
If not, I'd suggest you find somewhere to hide.
You don't have to tell me twice.
We have to go.
Don't let those things get you.
Nerd.
Something tells me that machine must have swum away. All the better for us.
He could have told me that earlier. Alright. Alright, so this one we've got to somehow trip that guy up. Obviously, we can use the steel rope.
Ah, I could stretch the rope across this path. Only what do I attach the other end of the rope to?
Okay, so let's take a look at the statue here.
It stopped in its pose.
Oh, okay. Okay, it went up a bit there. So let's wait for it to come back around.
I could tie the other end of the rope around this cylindrical pedestal below the other statue.
Duck under the rope. Or go around, apparently. I didn't know that was a path.
It must have been built 1,000 years ago by the owls. Gwen, just think about how old these things are.
They must have looked much more impressive back then. Though water and salty breeze have certainly taken their toll over time. I'm afraid you're not getting up again.
Ugh. Come on now. First off, it's a metal rope, and they don't fray. Oh, that was easy.
The wolves must have uncovered this button.
one might be really short then.
This tower is activated.
They made it. I knew I could count on those two.
That's a nice subtle reminder to tell you to go back to her and not go in yet. Though you could go in.
Even now, there is no trace left of that huge machine.
If it didn't sound so crazy, you'd almost assume this thing is able to remove itself from this world at will.
Spooky.
Finn, you should go to the portal immediately. Jarlene has already left and is waiting for you there.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's something...
I am listening.
So, you're some kind of doctor here?
That's right. The only one within hundreds of kilometers. Practicing medicine,
What's a
operating,
kilometer?
mixing herbs is my thing. Admittedly, my
I only
knowledge
speak
of
in
healing
freedom
practices
units.
is a bit outdated, and some of my tools are already rusty and worn out. But whatever, my patients survive my operations. Sometimes, at least.
That sounds... great! What can you tell me about the area?
We are on a rather mysterious island here, full of things bearing witness to times long past. But sadly, most of us have no clue about anything more specific. The site, along with the towers, are said to have been built 1,000 years ago by the Owls, as far as I know.
Do you know anything about the old site?
When I was little, I used to sneak around there trying to get in. However, it was in vain. Still, the secrets hidden away by the Owls occupied my mind. It is almost unbelievable that the wolves managed to get inside somehow.
Do you know anything about the towers?
I'm a bit stumped on that one. I always thought they were watchtowers or something like that. But since the wolves activated them, the true purpose of the towers seems to have become clear.
Do you know anything about the Wall of Fog?
It borders our world. In my youth, I was foolish enough to venture into it. It was the strangest experience I've ever had. It was as if the ground was slowly disappearing beneath me, and as if I were being pulled deeper and deeper into a gigantic nothingness. If a friend of mine hadn't pulled me out of there, by Saint Hippo, I don't even want to think about what might have happened.
I know. What happened to your patient?
Him over there, one of those horrible machine creatures almost turned him into forage. Near the coast, there is a gigantic specimen of those creatures, and it seems to love crushing anything that gets too close to its steel feet. We're lucky that thing hasn't come to our village yet.
Nothing more.
All right then.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, I see. We gotta go again.
It's still kind of fun, hey, Marissa, that they let you ask every question to them, even though it's going to be like muffled answers the whole way. Alright, let's go to the site.
There you are. Quick, follow me. We don't have a moment to lose.
In we go, baby.
Just look at that.
Incredible! You must be deep inside the earth. That light up there.
That must be the scepter, right?
That's right, if the ancient writings are to be believed.
So this is where it's been hidden for so many centuries. Oh man, just imagine! We may be one of the first to enter this place again after all this time!
My friends, we're not here for a sightseeing tour. My father and his men must have already made their way to this tower.
The only question now is how we're going to get up that tower.
Climbing up there would take forever.
That won't be necessary. Look, if I'm not mistaken, there is a statue of an owl over here in the dark. Gwen, your turn. You must put your wings on the statues. According to the scriptures, this sets off a secret mechanism that can only be triggered by owls.
Well, here we go.
That's speciest. You know, that's... You know, what's probably going to happen is we're probably going to get jumped now, because...
Whoa! Tubular!
These were some of the finer details.
Who
in the
uses
documents
tubular
I managed
anymore?
To keep hidden from my father. So we have a crucial advantage on our side, and that's exactly why I wanted to take you with me since the beginning, Gwen.
Let's go up, I'd say!
Is this that big pointy fork we've been looking for?
That must be it.
I'm freaking out! We did it, my friends! Oh, didn't expect that. This statue has a firm grip on the scepter. I can't get it off.
That's what she
Another
said.
reason I've wanted to bring you along since the beginning, Gwen. Only an owl can set the second mechanism in motion.
Say, why didn't you just ask me all nicely in the first place? You could have spared me that whole kidnapping thing at your headquarters.
My father would have become suspicious if he saw that I had suddenly befriended an owl. I was going to talk to you secretly about my intentions, if Finn hadn't run off with you before I was able to do so.
Oh, okay. I get it. Sounds plausible, I guess.
Can we talk about this later, please?
He's got a point.
You must touch the wings.
The feathers! The feathers! The power of the feathers!
Wicked!
Now someone has to take it and reactivate the magic power.
And, how are we supposed to do that?
Uh-oh.
Well, well, who do we have here? A roebuck and an owl.
That guy again. You wolves sure climb fast.
It must have been quite relaxing using that convenient staircase. Our climbing tour, on the other hand, was quite sweat-inducing. What the... Darlena? How? This cursed roebuck! What has he done to you?
Father, no!
Jarek, please! We only want to...
These two, they are manipulating you. Just like how their ancestors did with your grandfather.
No, the scepter, it...
Please believe me. You have to leave it to us because...
If I hear one more word, I'll cut open that treacherous roebuck and owl right in front of you. Clever girl. So these
Dress
two
park.
have convinced you to lead them here. Well, then let them be witnesses to our triumph. The scepter, forgotten for all those centuries. It had no choice but to waste all its magic power here. For a world in which we wolves are put away by you.
Jarek, my kind was afraid of you wolves. Plain and simple. You're dangerous. And your tribe was responsible for burning down the Library of the Owls.
Don't forget what your kind was responsible for during the last centuries. There once was a time when my ancestors dreamed about peacefully coexisting with your species. But despite every effort they made to find common ground with you, they learned again and again that the fear of us is deeply rooted in all of you. This taught me that, unfortunately, our situation required a more drastic solution. And as you can see from my little troop, I am not alone in my viewpoint. You've told us where we belong for so long. But now, with the scepter, I'll finally be able to create a world in which we get to decide that. The beginning of our reign has now come.
Please, don't do it!
Wolf Rain.
I have it! I feel the power!
You're about to feel something else. Ha!
Wham! Uh-oh. Scepter was broken. Does that mean the world's gonna go back to its original form?
What happened? Gwen? Jarlina? Apparently I'm still in the cave, but everything except the rocks is gone. Where'd everybody go?
Dot dot. Ellipses.
The giant rock walls of the cave. They must have fallen off those rock walls a long time ago.
Pick up one, maybe?
I don't need those right now. I don't need those. No! That can't be! The entire island... gone! But...
Look at the power
where
lines.
am I? Is this... the old world? Something terrible must have happened. Maybe the others are around here somewhere.
Don't stand in the middle of the road, dear. That's an old world rule. Ropeway, building, city. Let's go to the ropeway first.
No! Please don't!
There were animals in there! An oversized sort of gondola, fitting for this equally oversized ropeway. I can hardly believe my eyes! I don't believe it! Jarek!
You survived? Get me out of here, quick! Please.
That seems like an actual choice, so I'll leave it to you. Do you want to tell him yes, sure? You want to tell him sure we'll save you, or nah, you can rot here? I mean, kind of brought it on himself, right? I mean, come on. No, I'm just kidding. So we have one yes, which I assume is sure will help. Yes, going once. Yes, going twice.
Well, okay. If I only knew how.
Look at the device at the front end of the gondola and see if these strange cells can be opened.
Seems to be possible with this strange device here.
Then press one of the buttons.
Negative. The opening of the cells is initiated after reaching the main building.
Done. You won't get far here without my help.
First, tell me what's going on here. Where are we?
Use your tiny little deer brain for once.
Is this the old world?
Great how you managed to figure that out on your own. The world from which ours was created.
Then, we should hurry up and see how we can get back.
It's too late, dear. The scepter was destroyed, and so was the world we knew. From now on, we're stuck here for all eternity.
No, this can't be.
We do well to work together from now on, dear.
Don't give me a pet name. We don't know each other for that long. Anyway.
What happened to the others?
We were discovered by the machines when we left the cave and wandered around. We were just as confused as you are right now. Your owl friend and my men were captured first, and then transported down into that huge building in one of those gondolas. The machines seem to bring all the animals there.
So, my parents are probably there too.
That's possible, but whatever they intend to do with us down there, it can't be good. Jarlina was captured by those creatures as well. I swear.
Whoa,
if they
why is it in
harmed
German
so
all of a
much
sudden?
the hair on her fur, then
Was that a glitch? He was speaking in German for a moment there in the text, but English in the speaking. Going to the old world indeed. Anyway. So it's weird, you know, the weirdest thing about this game a little bit is how sometimes they'll go like, oh, this is a whole new world, and then they'll say something like Swiss cheese, or, kilometers. And then, like, here we have, like, he knows what a gondola is, but we don't know what a steel rope is. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how am I, Finn's like, hey, this is a weird rope. It's like, you really can't have a gondola without steel, like, rope, right?
What is this strange world?
things seem to have changed much more drastically here than in the version we inhabited. Nothing here resembles how things were when our ancestors still roamed the area. Something akin to a massive ecological disaster must have taken place here. The alien species our ancestors once fled from are nowhere to be seen either. Just these machines that now reign in the ruins of this world. However, it might be a bit much to call it reign. These things act like a chaotic tribe of ants, following primitive orders and illogical goals. From what I could make out, the only logical goal of theirs is to exterminate all living creatures.
Why should I still trust you?
Listen to me, please. The world we know is dead. Lost forever. And now we have two choices. We can either give in to our cruel fate and let these monsters wipe us out, or we brace ourselves one last time and save what can still be saved.
How are you going to do that?
Have you ever been to the ruined city north of here? There's some kind of huge factory there. I stumbled upon that place when I was on the run from those machines, and I was inside. What I saw there cannot be compared to anything we know. Something mighty and abysmally evil lives beneath this factory, and it seems to control everything here. It was immediately clear to me that I had to eliminate this evil. I tried fighting it with one of my notorious black powder bombs, but it was no use. This evil creature seems invulnerable. I got caught by those machines, and now here I am, just waiting to be taken to this building in the valley, where I will face my certain death. We can't get to the root of evil here, Finn.
What do you suggest instead?
We can only try to save ourselves. We need to reach that building in the valley and get every one of our kind out of there. After that, we need to leave this land and hide away from the cold, dead eyes of these machine creatures. And whether that's even possible in this world, I don't know.
We probably don't have any better prospects than that.
Did it just get whiter?
How do we get down there?
There must be a way to move this gondola to the building. Maybe we can make that happen with the help of that device over there. What we'll find once we get down there, though, the thought alone seems almost like a suicide mission to me.
I'll leave you to it.
As you wish, but you won't get far.
Should we explore a little bit first, or? Oh yeah, this building.
Looks familiar. A pile of dirt and bricks. No amount of renovation will help here anymore. A silent witness to the fact that me and Gwen have been here before. Oh, you did cause me quite some headaches. I wonder why it's not spinning anymore. There it is, lying around all lonely. This door wasn't there when I wandered around here in my world. There should normally be a handle. This door has a narrow slot. It's locked. Hello? Is someone there? This can't be! Or was it just a reflection? What's going on here? The door is too solid to be forced open with this.
I don't have a key card though.
I wonder what these pipes were once transporting through this strange building. This door wasn't there when I wandered around here in my world, where there should normally be a handle. This door has a narrow slot. It's locked. I don't need to have a conversation here. It's a path to the door. I get such a strange, tingling sensation all over my body when I think of who might have once walked on it.
Yeah, I have to find a key card for sure.
Is anyone still here? Oh, I'm freaking out. A moving floor. It's transporting some strange-looking garbage through the city. What is that? The shape somewhat reminds me of a duck's head, only those wheels are a bit out of place. It's there in the corner, all inconspicuous. It's probably more useful to me if I leave it intact. It appears this part of the floor can be lifted. I won't get that far here, especially with my, well, lacking of strength. That lifting device is already activated. You can see what's behind the building from here. These pipes are absolutely everywhere. Strange. What is that? The shapes... Hey, I'm not here to wreak havoc.
Sure, why not? You already know you gotta... Like, you already know you have to destroy a car. Not sure what to do.
I don't need to put anything through there.
Try to find someone you know. Reach the building where all the animals are kept hostage.
No. I can't open it. Way too heavy. This building seems to be the only one still in use here. Somebody's got to be in there, or rather, something. What's lying around here? Pretty clunky. I wonder if the hands of these creatures that once lived here look similar. It cuts the numerous small pipes with its imposing pincer head. Too big and too heavy. Yoo-hoo! Hi, I'm Finn. What's your name? Aha, you're being mysterious. What are you doing there? Isn't that a bit boring in the long run? Well, it seems to be keeping you occupied at least. Call it a day. Well, don't be surprised when a burnout knocks on the door. I'll let you get back to work. Crazy. Not only are there moving floors here, but moving tabletops as well. Judging by the thickness of its steel skin, any attempt at brute force will fail. Giving it a hand could be dangerous. There are pipes shooting out of there relentlessly. That tickled a little bit.
Oh! You better not got trick-or-treating here. They only give you like 280,000 volt at the door. That's pretty funny. Oh man! It's like a metal sound instead of like a funk sound. That's pretty cool. So maybe there's a way to short that?
I don't want to put that under there. I'm sure I'll need it. I don't want to put that on... That thing weighs a ton. I could climb in through these window-like openings. However, I don't think I'll find anything in there besides dirty armchairs. I won't get that far here, especially with my, well, lacking of strength. You can see what's... I don't need to put anything through there. I don't need to... You can't use this to operate the device. That lifting device is already up.
Not sure what I'm supposed to do here.
Too big and too... No.
Fried roebuck. Maybe if I somehow turn off the conveyor belt.
Depending on whether you can call that a head up there, he peers around with it. And he probably can't move because he's somehow rooted to the ground. Hopefully this will make it easier for me to stay out of his sight. Hey!
Woo!
Phew. You can see what's behind... Judging by the thickness of its steel skin, any attempt at brute force will fail. Giving it a hand... This wall must have been much longer back in the day. I don't have to tear down this wall. I'm glad for anything that keeps me out of this machine's sight.
Oh. Oh. Should be able to... Since I know what it's gonna do, right? So... If I use this...
I don't need to have a conversation. You can see what's behind.
So somehow I gotta get it to, like...
I could look through it. I could look through it. I don't need to have a conversation. You can see what's behind.
But it won't let me do anything while I'm in there.
I don't need to put anything. It's already open. I can't close it. This won't change anything near the hole. pipes are absolutely everywhere. Strange. They're connected to the entire building. Not a chance. The steel pipes are too massive to destroy. That doesn't do me any good here. Nothing will move here. That thing weighs a ton. That thing weighs a ton.
I want him to hit me with the ball over here. Can I talk to him again?
I don't need to have a conversation here. Hello? Can you talk or something? Too bad. Apparently not. Or, could it have been a carriage of some kind? In that case, how do you move it forward?
Well, car is short for carriage, yes. It's just the first syllable. So you got it, man. It's a carriage without the reg.
I don't need to have a conversation here. It's already open. I could look through it. I don't want to put that under there.
I don't know, man. Like, I am not sure what I'm supposed to do. Driving me crazy. So that goes to the path out of the city. Oops. I really reduced that. It's...
You can see the inside from here. And this doesn't have to go on the wall. I don't need to put any... I don't need to put... Hey!
Okay, yep. I was on the right path. I need to somehow keep that up, and I don't know how to...
You can't use this to operate the device.
I somehow gotta keep this up. Like, but I've tried the bar.
Hey, I'm not here to wreak havoc. I don't want to put that under... It's probably more useful...
Not really.
Or, could it have been a... That lifting device is already activated. You can't open anything on it. That lifting device... I don't need to have a I can't close it.
I don't know how to keep it up. That's the problem. So if I knew how to keep it up, I could probably... Oh, there's a path along the cliff over here. Well, we're gonna save,
I'm trying to imagine what these creatures must have looked like when they were still alive. They must have fallen on their faces all the time. The front of their skulls are awfully flat. I've never seen bones like this before.
Man, humanity just went really well with this one, didn't they?
Thank you. I'll pass. I've never seen bones like this before. Man, it's so noisy! What sick mind could come up with a horrible thing like that? It almost seems like they're trying to get rid of everything that's still left of those creatures who once lived here. Unfortunately, slamming this thing against the outer surface doesn't get me anywhere. That thing looks awfully massive. Man, it's so... It almost seems... A gushing stream of dirt and chopped up bones. It disappears into a deep pit below.
Obviously, I can't cross while it's doing that. Good try, though. Vince says goodbye to this world as he disappears in endless seas of bone dust. See if there's anything else. There's the ropeway. So, there's the ropeway, there's the building. Nothing back here. There's a city. And I think that's it. Hey, I gotta find those endings, you know.
Ugh, gross. Wait, I see something lying there. What a strange thing. It must have belonged to one of those creatures.
It's the end of our species. A technology tablet. I'll look at the tablet first.
Some kind of dark tray with a reflective glass panel. It's old and dirty, and I can't even see my own reflection in it. I wouldn't know how to apply that to this machine. I don't have to give it a hand.
So maybe I can use the tablet with it? That doesn't make sense, though.
No. A never-ending stream of bones! And they're being chopped into tiny pieces! I'm sure even the wolves would find this barbaric.
Well, wait, there's like a tablet over there, so let me try.
I don't think that will do any good.
Oh, there's the key card. How do we get that key card, though? We gotta get to that. So I don't know if I can use the tablet with...
You can't use this to operate the device. I don't want to put that under there. I'm sure I'll need it.
So nothing there. What about down here?
That won't impress it at all.
I'm not trying to impress it. I'm just trying to press it, you know?
That's not going to help me make these strange rays go away. I'm just gonna cut myself in these old glass bottles. This thing seems to be made of a different material than the glass bottles. I could take it.
Whoa!
Whoa! He's in a bad mood. Amazing what strange life forms have evolved here, if you can call this a life form. Look! Now you can get your can back! Hey, you were not supposed to get that close to me. 3, 2, 1, here comes the can! I don't believe it! This thing is following me, and it's got some pretty good moves.
Okay. So I can move the garbage can. So can I bust down the door? Using the can? Because I don't think it does anything with the car.
I'd rather take some distance for that. Look! Now you can get your can back! Hey, you were not supposed to get that close to me. 3, 2, 1, here comes the can! I don't believe it! This thing is following me, and it's got some pretty good moves.
Oh, hold on. Let's try going. Try going in place and then like.
I don't want to put that under there. I'm sure I'll need it. I don't need to put anything... That won't impress it at all. I don't need to put anything...
Okay, that's not gonna work then. So what am I supposed to do with that information?
He's in a bad mood. Amazing what strange life forms have evolved here, if you can call this a life form. I like to talk trash, but I don't want to stoop to that level.
Boo! Anyway. Somehow I have to keep this thing up so that when I have that thing yank at me, like it'll push the thing out. I'm not sure what I have to do with this thing. Always more foxes, man. Always more foxes. There's foxes now are the most common species in the fandom. They beat wolves this year. Not sure.
I don't think that will do any good. I don't think that will do any good. Way too heavy.
I'm not sure. Like, clearly throwing the cannon at, you know, brings it up. But it's like, what do you do with it? Like, it's like, there's all these pieces and I can't really figure out.
That won't impress it at all. Hey! Phew.
Wait.
Hey!
Can I collapse the building? Is it like that? That's actually doing damage to the building.
I don't need to have a conversation here. Hey! Phew.
I'll try one more time. I don't think it's doing any more damage than that.
Hey! Phew.
Really sturdy building, I gotta say. I wish I could climb out. I just want to climb out through the hole. Can I climb out?
I could look through it. You can see what's behind. I don't need to have a conversation. Hey! Phew.
So, like, I need the key card.
I don't think that will do any good. I don't think that will... no. I don't think that will do any good. That won't impress it at all. The moving floor seems too sturdy to be sabotaged with this. It would get transported north, just like all the other junk on it. It would get transported north. It would get Look! Now you can get your can back! Hey, you were not supposed to get that close to me. 3, 2, 1, here comes the can! I don't believe it! This thing is following me, and it's got some pretty good moves.
So, I don't know how to get it to follow me further, though. If I can.
I don't think that will do any good.
Maybe I can go back to the wolf guy and he can start talking to me about some of this stuff that I have. Let me take the aluminum can too. Doink.
I don't think that will do any good. Jarek, listen. I'll leave you to it.
As you wish.
I don't think that will do. I don't think that.
Okay, he's not gonna tell me anything. Great. Useless. You're useless to me. Need a key card to get in here.
Unfortunately, that doesn't help me remove the pile. I don't want to get rid of my trash here. I don't want to get... I don't need to do that again. This door wasn't there when I wandered around here in my world, where there should normally be a handle. This door has a narrow slot.
So how do we... City... No other places, right? Ropeway, city... Maybe there's something in the ropeway I haven't gotten yet. If I explore around a little bit.
I don't need to have a conversation here.
Said look at.
Reminds me of those little ropeways in the mountains, north from Vela Hill. Only these here are much larger and much more menacing. Strange technologies.
Scanning cells. One prisoner on board.
What a piece of dung. This gondola will not move until all cells are occupied. Or, if we make that device over there think they are.
Strange technology. I guess it's usually operated by those creepy machine creatures.
So we gotta find something to occupy that space. Yeah, that's where my doppelganger comes in. Might have suggested that we need a Richard Dawson game show template. Hinty hint.
Unfortunately, this thing looks awfully massive.
I mean, I somehow gotta deactivate the dang thing. I think probably the way to deactivate it's in the big building. So it's probably in the city.
That won't impress it at all.
Oh wait, what's this? Hey! Fancy! Alright, now we're cooking.
Oh, great. This stuff is crumbling down everywhere. I should watch my head. Pretty heavy. There must have been a bed here once. It's half buried under this rubble. No. I can't. It's stuck too tight, but maybe I could try to cut a piece from it.
With what shall I cut it? I don't have any cutting things.
A steel door is blocking this passageway. Must be weighing several tons. This wall is easily 3 times my height and has at least 3 times more sharp and pointy-looking objects sticking out of it. What did the people of this city need all these crazy pipes for? Something's glowing up there. As far as I can tell, there's something up there. That's the window you can also see from the platform outside. I'd have to go up there if I wanted to get to the top floor. I could throw that through this window, but what would that get me in the end? Look up here! Here you go again! I don't think that will do any good. Maybe I could try to reach the window via the container.
Oh, and we did. Chomp. Maybe there's a fine way to shut up this murderous garbage can.
I don't think that will do any good. I don't think that will do any good. I don't think that will do any good. I don't think that...
Okay, so I need something to disable that. Huh. It's frickin' things I don't have. It's annoying. It's good puzzle design, because it's like, okay, we're making progress-ish, sort of, kind of, but not really. I need something to do something with that, so I need the energy source. But I need to somehow get,
These buildings are like something out of a fever dream. Why did the former inhabitants of this world build everything in a tower-like vertical fashion?
Because it's space efficient, duh. So obviously I figured out what to do with the can. So we can get to the higher platform using the can. But the question is, I need to be able to cut open the thing. Maybe if I... Because cans... Whoops.
No.
Cans are pretty sharp, right? If you can, like, break them apart.
The brick won't help me here. What should the iron rod do with it?
That's a very weird thing to say.
The can is out of place here. The can is out of... What should the iron rod do with it? What should the iron rod... What should the iron... What should the iron...
Okay, so he says that for everything. I thought it was kind of a weird way to phrase that. There's a fire escape. Anything else? Maybe there's some other places I'm not seeing.
A nightmare of pipes and steel walls. There must be something downright evil dwelling inside.
Yeah, I don't see any other things for this one. Anything on the right side? No. I'm getting there. It's almost 6:30. Pile of bones, conveyor belt, machine.
I'm trying to imagine what these creatures must have looked like when they were still alive. They must have fallen on their faces all... Why should I beat on them? They didn't do anything to me. Why should I... They don't care about much anymore. They don't care about... I wouldn't know how to apply that to this machine. I wouldn't know... Ugh, gross.
No way around. So I literally have to shut the factory off in order to get to there. But how do I get to the factory? I probably need the energy source. I'm a little stumped as to what I'm supposed to do next. I kind of have pieces, but I don't have the puzzle. Which is annoying. And do I use the debris with it? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. There we go. I thought I did that. I swear I did that. Am I dumb? No, yeah, because you just got the debris, dum-dum. Okay, we're moving now. Good thing I didn't look that up. I would have felt dumb.
Hey!
Ah, why was I off?
Whew.
Move over here. Move over further. There we go.
Hey!
Come on.
Phew.
What the hell? I shouldn't have to be pixel perfect, guys. Come on. I know what I want you to do.
You can see the ins. Hey!
Go, car, go.
Phew. It's happily dangling on the ledge.
Give it a little push.
It would probably make more sense if I sat in it first.
Really? Okay. Let's go, baby. Vroom, vroom.
That was close. These still creatures are manufactured here. Who's running all this?
Well, yeah, no duh.
This thing must usually be operated by one of those machine creatures. You can't use this to operate the device. You can't use this to operate the device. The ravages of time have been gnawing away at this place for quite a while. I can see the room below. It looks like an oversized water tank. There appears to be a number on this door as well. It's actually quite legible. Now, if only I could get closer to see it better. Somebody thought this through. I can comfortably climb in and out with it. Whatever liquid is normally stored in there, this large drain at the bottom must be able to move it outside pretty quickly. Ugh, I hope these won't be used to flood this place anytime soon. Those are huge! I bet they'll pump out the contents of this tank in no time! I can't imagine these machines actually using a ladder. Perhaps this place was originally built by entirely different creatures.
Which, you know, means that those ladders are probably really
Going
sturdy.
through should be enough. The door says 1738. Strange. There's no handle to open it by hoof.
Really? Just gonna have to... Not really a hacker. I mean, they put the passwords right on the door. Whoa, Nelly.
This thing is huge! Almost like an oversized brain of sorts. It must control everything here. Who could have built such a thing?
Yeah, no duh. It's like save.
You have to get uncomfortably close to this creature if you want to use this device. I can see the room behind it.
Ah.
Now, if I could just stick my head through it, I might be able to make out the number on the back of the door. I guess I'll have to think of something else. If the glass panel would reflect just a little more, I might be able to peek on the back of the door. Maybe I should clean the glass panel.
Reach the building where the animals are kept hostage.
I don't have to give it a hand. Ugh, pretty chilly in here. Those weird lanterns again. They don't even need a candle to emit light. That flickering makes me sick, though. But maybe it's meant to be that way?
Freaking LEDs, man.
I wonder where the water comes from. The water is pumped out of the tank through these pipes. Some kind of... it's old and dirty. Hey, maybe I could clean this thing with the water. But how am I supposed to reach it? What should the iron rod do with it?
Error. No liquid in tank 2. Initiating usage of tank 1. Tank 1 already in use. Fill level at 38%.
Ah!
Ooh. The command is not supported in the newest versions of the operating system. That's pretty funny.
Ugh. I wonder where the water comes from. What is that? It seems like a giant brain to me that's connected to everything here. It must be in charge of all the weird stuff that's happening in this building. It's covered by an enormously thick shell made of steel. I'm Finn. Can we talk? What do I have to do to make you release the animals?
He's like, it gave me an achievement for that. It's like, yeah, try talking with it. It's a good idea.
It's just calling to be flipped.
But can I get there without falling in?
I get chills up and down my spine. This is the closest I've ever been to these beasts. Apparently, they have not woken up yet at this point of their creation. Very lucky for me. Otherwise, I'd probably be in pieces on the wall by now.
Why did they make it sound like the frickin' Telegram or Skype sound?
No. That thing weighs a ton. No chance. I hate to give it to that thing. Unfortunately, that's not very good for destroying the piece this machine is hanging from. May I call you Arnold? I don't know why, but somehow that name fits you.
Find the lame reference, says the achievement.
Don't you think the decor here is ugly too? Aw, I hope that didn't hurt him. Let's hang out here more often. What? I'm not cool enough for you. I gotta go. Nothing there to open. All these machine creatures are disappearing inside this foreboding-looking passageway. Their journey must take them through multiple different parts of this building. Conspicuously inconspicuous, it's there on the wall.
Yeah, right. Skype doesn't use it that much anymore. That's true.
The entrance is now clear of those rays.
Alright, cool. Now we can get in here whenever we want. That's good. Anything else?
These weird columns go way up into the dark. I can't even make out a ceiling.
Pipes.
All that boiling stuff gets flushed out through this small drain. If someone closes it, all hell would break loose here.
Oh, that sounds like an idea.
That's where all the nasty green mush comes flowing in. Pure, steaming, bubbly, vicious death. This is where all sorts of things get dissolved into their basic materials. Open this door the old-fashioned way.
Tank 1 already in use. Fill level at 38%. Error. No liquid in Tank 2. Initiating usage of Tank 1.
The water is pumped out of the tank through these pipes. The steel pipes are too massive to destroy. The steel pipe... Hey, maybe I could... How am I
Somehow I gotta get the water to come up, and I don't know how to do that.
Tank 1 already in use. Fill level at 38%.
How do you reach the water? Ooh. I have not acquired anything here, so I'm not really... Maybe there's a way I can, like,
There's no way I... No. thing weighs a ton. No chance. Nothing there. I can't close it. I get chills up and down. Apparently, very lucky for me.
Oh.
Numerous hoses are attached there for some purpose. The one hose here already looks a little loose and damaged.
Okay. Maybe I can use the hose for the...
I have some water, but what do I do with it now? That dirt is off. Now the glass panel can finally shine all clean and nicely. It even seems to reflect a bit.
Okay, now we're cooking.
6, 7, 1, 6. There you go. Oh, a door must have opened somewhere.
Now that might be worth calling a hack.
Whatever liquid is normally stored in there, this large drain at the bottom must be... The pipe here gets pretty narrow toward the bottom. It's only as wide as my hoof at its narrowest point. I don't want to throw this down the drain. It's easy for smaller objects to get stuck there. I don't want to throw this... I don't want to throw... I hope these won't be used to flood this... That could maybe break the bars, but what would that be useful for? Only dark tunnels and pipe systems will wait for me behind there. I can see the ceiling of the big hall above. Ugh. Ugh. It's already open. I don't see anything to close it. I don't want to throw this down.
So what do I put in the drain? Is there anything else I can use the hose for? We're almost at 7. But I'm actually making progress, so I'm not too upset about it.
Is there like a way to go over here, or is that dead? That's a dead end.
Error. No liquid in Tank 2. Initiating usage of Tank 1. Tank 1 already in use. Fill level at 38%.
So we opened it, we found out that there's a thing in the drainage pipe, but there's not much else I can do with it. Is there anything else I can think of? Nothing I can think of to shut down that guy. I'm actually kind of stumped a little bit. Am I missing something I need to put in the drain?
Whenever liquid is normally stored in there, this large drain at the... Whenever liquid is this large... The pipe here gets pretty narrow toward the bottom. It's only as wide as my hoof at its narrowest point. It's easy for smaller objects to get stuck there.
Something like some sort of smaller object.
I don't want to throw the...
Maybe go back and grab the debris from the thing. That's an idea, so let's go do it.
It serves its purpose quite well there. No longer necessary. It appears this part of the floor can be lifted. You can see what's behind.
See if I can find any, like, small things to pick up.
A pile of dirt and no amount of renovation. The slime's all dried up. I can't get it off.
That's what she said.
Well, you did cause... Wonder why it's not... I'm gonna pass.
Anything else I can use a reflective surface shiny thing for? Right, we said we can cut open the mattress. I don't have anything to cut with, though, still. Is there anything...
heavy.
Okay, cool. More debris. That's what we need. Just pick up more debris. Another brick. That works. Alright, let's head in. Beyond Good and Evil. That was the hardest game to get working on this channel. Like, bar none. Like, I literally had to take a week off because I was like, this is too much, man.
Ah, the pleasant sound of a choked up drain.
Error. No liquid in tank 2. Initiating usage of tank 1.
So what do I do now that the drain's clogged up?
Not again.
Not again!
This'll probably just feel like a tiny mosquito bite to this thing. Also, it's quite possible that I turn out to be the mosquito that gets swatted right after. It doesn't care about any of my belongings. It doesn't care about any of my belongings. You have to get uncomfortably close to this creature if you want to use this device.
Huh. So I'm not sure what I gotta do now. I'm at an impasse. Basically I had clogged the drain. I've clogged the drain.
No. This pool must be made of something that the acid can't dissolve. It's not in too good a shape, though. It crumbles a little at the edges.
So what is stopping that, Dooney?
Numerous hoses are attached there for some purpose. This pool must be... It's not... hate to give it to that thing. I hate to give it to... Unfortunately, that's not very good for destroying the piece this machine is hanging from.
So there's got to be a reason for stopping this. Okay, so I can't stop them while they're in.
That thing weighs a ton. No chance.
And it starts up again as soon as I hit the ladder, so...
For a spontaneous climbing session, I can also use that ladder over there. For a spontaneous...
Maybe I could talk to the wolf guy about this evil monster, or... That's the only thing I got going for me. Other than that, I might have to actually bring up the guide again. I'm not sure where to go from here. I mean, I've tried. I did pretty good. I think I got pretty far. I mean, clearly I have to get that guy to...
Jarek, listen. I'll leave you to it.
As you wish.
There are these glowing things moving around in the gap, scanning the cells for prisoners.
Nah, he's not been helpful. Unfortunately, he's just sitting there like a bump in the log. I need to get that.
This hose is nowhere near strong enough to act as a rope. Unfortunately, something looks... I wouldn't know... It would disappear into the belly of the machine and get chopped into pieces! I would waste a potentially useful item that way. It would disappear into... I would waste... It would dis... I would waste a... It would disappear... I would waste... This hose is nowhere near...
I think I still believe I have to shut off the factory for that to stop. And then I can enter that. So at this point, really the only thing going for me is the city, and... I mean, can I get more debris, I guess?
Pretty heavy. No. A steel door is blocking this passage. You can't open this door the old-fashioned way. The door is too solid to be for... The door is too... I can't use brute force on the mattress in any meaningful way. This item does not need to rest lazily on the mattress. This item does... This item... I can't use brute. There must have been a bed here once. It's half buried under this rubble. I can't open it. I don't need to have a conversation. I can't close. I can't. It's stuck too tight, but maybe I could try to cut a piece from it.
But I can't cut anything because I don't have anything to cut with. Freaking ridiculous. Alright, I'm calling the mulligan. It's 7 o'clock, so I get to do this. Let's see. What was it called? Alright, so there's a blade. Where's the blade? Fire escape, path. Go to fire escape, go to path out of city. Use the brick with conveyor belt. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop there. I thought I did that, though. I'm not crazy, am I? I do this a lot, where it's like I thought I used the brick with the thing, and I didn't use the brick of the thing.
Unfortunately, slamming this thing against the outer surface doesn't get me, and that thing looks awful.
Or do I use... Wait, what machine did it say to use the brick with? Oh, use the brick with the conveyor belt. I'm being dumb. I thought I said use it with the machine. Now I'm dumb. Now I'm being dumb. Alright, well, let's see.
This'll hopefully cause a bit of havoc inside that machine. Ooh, that sounded like a couple of blades broke off inside.
Hell yeah, vandalism.
There's no such thing as a...
I don't trust it.
Thank you. This card was lying right next to the skeleton.
So I'm glad I did that, because I was under the wrong impression there.
Why do I suddenly have this strange intuition to insert this card here? This can't be! These things must have acted like keys around here. Incredibly stupid-looking keys. What? How? No. That can't be!
Need energy.
That's me! How can that be? Are we the same?
I need energy.
What kind of energy?
It's elsewhere.
Oh?
Not much time. Soon is too late. Soon.
That's me! How can that be? I don't think that will do any good.
This is what I need the energy thing for. That's a scepter.
Is that the scepter of the owls? You can't even tell what some things might be used for here. Is this a pillar? Or is it some machine? And what's with these pipes on it? There must have been a horrible earthquake here a long time ago. Large parts of the room have collapsed. Or maybe the ceiling came down due to natural causes. All I might find underneath this pile are countless layers of even more rubble. I'd rather not. I don't think that will do any good.
So I gotta get to that energy thing somehow. I think I saw something while I was glancing at it about this robot over here.
Judging by the thickness of its steel skin... The moving tabletop seems too sturdy to be sabotaged with this. The moving table...
So obviously closing the small door does something.
Judging by the thickness of its steel skin, any attempt at brute force will fail. No, the pincer head seems really focused on its job. I'm sure it doesn't feel like going for a walk with me. That being said, it doesn't seem to be made for taking.
I'll have to reread what I read there. Close the small doors, quickly pull the cable. Okay.
Look! The pincers have loosened a little. I wonder if you can remove them.
Okay. So now we have something that can cut something. So now I can cut a piece off of the mattress, I think. So let's give that a shot.
Manor! I can't cut or even pull the mattress with these pincers. I need something sharper to cut it with.
Darn it. So what can I do with the pincers then? Maybe something with the can? Let me give it a shot.
Look up here! Here you go again! I don't think that will do any good. I don't think that will... I don't think... I don't...
Nothing. Alright. One I'm missing. Get bricks, get pincers. We use robot hand with blade. Use brick on a conveyor belt. Okay, so there's another part to that I missed. But in order to do that, I need debris, so I gotta go back to the frickin' thing. Ah!
Pretty heavy.
So what did I have to eat? It was the robot hand with the thing. Alright.
This'll hopefully cause a bit of havoc inside that machine. Ooh, that sounded like a couple of blades broke off inside. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't.
That's what it told me to do. Hold on. Pick up robot hand, close small door, get pincers. Quickly use the robot hand with the blades. Where's the blades?
Man, it's so noisy! It almost seems like they're trying to get rid of everything.
I don't get it. Quickly use robot hand with blades. Oh, do I literally have to, like... while it's breaking? That's insane. I mean, I'll try. I pick up. Can I pick up multiple debris so I can not have to do this each time?
Pretty heavy. I can't carry more than one of these.
Okay. Well, that's BS. Especially since you need 3 of them.
This'll hopefully cause a... Ooh, that sounded like a couple of blades broke off inside.
That's pretty freaking obscure. I don't think I would ever gotten that.
Piece. Aw, the robot thing got wrecked though.
I don't think in a million years I would have ever got that. Thought of those, combining those things.
I cut off this part of the mattress.
So what do I use that for? Because obviously everything now points at and maybe I can use the mattress. Maybe I can use the mattress on the thing.
Look up here! Here you go again! Maybe I could try to reach the window via the container.
Hooray!
What's that? Judging from its position, it must have once belonged to that thing on the floor. Some kind of machine creature. It looks much more delicate than all the others I've met so far. You could almost think this one was built for purposes other than to destroy and kill.
Alright, now we can go back to there and give him this energy thing. I mean, it was doing so well up until the blade thing. Like, if I was given enough time, I probably could have figured out, like, I needed to do something with the robot, and maybe figured out I could close the thing.
I've got something for you.
Thank you. Much better.
Who are you?
Fascinating. You must be a descendant of the lost race.
What?
The animals who once left this world. My creators often talked about when your kind would return from your self-created world.
Why are you me?
I'm sorry if this is all very confusing for you. I guess I owe you an explanation for this bizarre situation here. Just like you, I am the descendant of a lost kind. But in a, let's say, slightly different way. I was created by intelligent beings who, well, are sadly no longer with us.
You would be right. There's exposition to be had.
They lived in this world for a relatively short amount of time, and towards the end of their existence, they achieved an almost explosion-like technological progress.
These creatures of which our ancient texts speak. Let's see.
I was one of many artificial intelligences, each of them equipped a synthetic transformative body. But I guess I'm the only one left now.
A transformative body?
I figured you'd be more likely to help me if I took on your appearance. I have to say, our model of
Right?
artificial intelligence was a pure work of art. We could transform our bodies into anything that was needed.
I don't know about that. If I saw me talking to me, I'd be freaked
We
out,
took
man.
on every conceivable job, were eager to learn, and helped our creators in word and deed. Those were fantastic times.
But
Are you one of those machine creatures out there?
Well, in a sense. Let's say I'm a very old version of them. The fact that I have not yet been found and destroyed by the current versions is almost a miracle.
What are you talking about? And what actually happened here? I'm more than confused, to be honest.
The good years of my kind were soon numbered. On the one hand, unusual behavior started to manifest in some of my species. It slowly dawned upon my creators that my kind was starting to behave in ways that were not part of our original code, and this behavior was not always of the peaceful kind. On the other hand, decade after decade, we watched as our creators were confronted with new problems of various forms, but were unable to solve them. This eventually led to countless wars. In the end, little remained of the world we used to know. We machines were soon reprogrammed and used in these wars as well. Due to our invulnerability and ability to adapt to the environment, we were superior in every way. I was one of the few artificial intelligences who remained true to the peaceful spirit of our original creators.
I'm having a hard time following your words. So you
are you dumb or
wiped
what?
out the original inhabitants of this world? The
No,
very
he
inhabitants
didn't.
we animals fled from centuries ago?
His
My
dog.
creators themselves were responsible for their sad demise. We machines simply belonged to the ones who remained. As I told you before, they were machines that began to pursue their own goals. After our creators were no longer around to prevent this, they began forming a network of sorts. They began to act like a swarm intelligence. The factories that were
But enough
once
about
built by my
Facebook,
creators
am I
soon
right?
got repurposed into manufacturing facilities, so the number of my kind could grow and grow. That went well for them, at least until the little resources that remained were used up, which is not hard to see if you take a look at the outside areas. Since then, they've begun using scrap metal and trash to keep building their mechanical shells. By now, my kind is only a rusty, clunky shadow of its former self, riddled with defects and malfunctions. But I'm sure you've already seen that for yourself.
So that's what happened here.
Horrible, isn't it? You animals should count yourselves lucky for disappearing into your parallel world early on.
How did you get in there in the first place?
How do I break this down gently for you? You see, it wasn't really your world from the beginning.
What do you mean?
Look at the board there.
Some kind of blueprint, I suppose. And that thing looks almost exactly like the magical scepter the owls once used to create our world.
It is your so-called scepter, in the form of a blueprint that was created shortly before its development.
What? It was created by the owls!
I guess your historiography needs to be corrected a bit. To be precise, it is a creation of my kind. At a certain point, some artificial intelligences had exceeded the intellect of my creators, and from then on, they were able to construct devices that no ordinary living being would have ever been able to come up with. You can see one of those devices there. A scepter-shaped device that was capable of separating time and space. Exactly copying already existing matter in order to create something out of it that could be called a parallel world. This parallel world exists in the same place as the original world, but on a different plane of reality. A welcome solution to my creator's overpopulation problem at the time. They wanted to resettle larger parts of their population in artificially created parallel worlds.
We created instances in our real life.
My creators could never estimate what would happen if the device was destroyed. Whether the created worlds would disappear forever, or whether they would even merge with ours here.
But the owls...
I think they were the ones who saw this as the perfect opportunity. My creators probably should have done something about the rapidly progressing extinction of the animals first. No one knows exactly how your kind did it, but one day, the scepter was gone. Maybe it really was the owls who did it. The next thing that my creators noticed was a sudden disappearance of almost all animals in this world.
I can't believe it.
Of course, the development of a new, identical device was started immediately, but it would have taken close to 2 decades to complete again. No one could have guessed that other things would happen by then, those things I told you about earlier. The machines were only able to enter your world when the energy of the device was slowly depleted. Something akin to holes started appearing all over your world, through which the machines could enter from then on. They used a special technology that enabled this. But I no longer have any insight into how it works.
What's happening to you?
The energy source was already quite old. It is almost depleted. I guess my time is almost up.
But...
I will now have to leave, but I promise you, you'll hear of me.
No, wait! He disappeared. What just happened here?
And what was the purpose of that? Like, because I didn't get anything from it.
No secret switch. That didn't do anything. Ugh, the light from this lantern is just as awful as the one outside. At least this one's a little more dim.
Floor dump. Floor dump, floor dump, floor dump. Okay. So yeah, we are pretty close to the end here. There's a good end, there's a bad end. We should try for the good end, I guess. Let's see if I can figure out what the good end and bad end... Well...
Oops! Now it's hit the edge of the pool.
They'll have a tough time telling the difference. That's funny. Go to the drain, close the drain. So the leftmost door, use the holes in the water, use the towel with the water, go to the door, look at the gap, use all that. Use the ladder, use the piece with the drain. Use the ladder. So I used the debris with the drain. I'm gonna save the game because I wonder if I fucked up. Because it says use the piece with the drain. So the difference between the piece and the debris that I put in there is its resistance to acidity. So I'm curious if I just continue onward. Because hey, it's like I would have probably done that, right, if I didn't look at this guide. So I want to see the consequences. So use the ladder to go north. Close the drain. Go to use computer select tanks. Use right tank. Okay. So go to the door. Go to the door north. Close the drain. Okay. So what's interesting here is I probably could have done a bunch of different like things, because I could have done that the whole time. So basically, it's saying I should have been able to close something. If it's an irrevocable choice, then I really effed up. I'm gonna laugh my butt off if it did that thing to me. No, not load. I want save. So I'd have to go back to like door number 2, I think. But if I do, and if it ends up being an irrevocable choice, I might just say like, I got the really bad ending. Let's see. Door. So it says close. Go to the door north. Close drain.
I can't close.
It says go to door north. Use the ladder. Oh, okay, not that. Close this drain.
Now, very carefully. Whoa! I think the coast is clear again.
Okay, so not a devastating thing. So it wasn't like a be-all end-all thing.
It didn't work. The brick in the drain is dissolved.
Alright.
Ah, the pleasant sound of a choked up drain.
the door, dumbass. No, I want... Go out the door. What? What? Open? What the heck? Let me out! Alright, let me try the ladder. Alright, well, I don't know what happened there.
The brick is already stuck in the
Okay, so I do have to frickin' go through the hole.
Should I lose all hope and jump into this pool? I will be flushed through this drain one way or another. After that, my remains will most likely be in for a little trip through the insides of various pipe systems. But for now, I'm still focused on finding an effective solution to the problems at hand. Now, very carefully... Whoa! I think the coast is clear again. Didn't work. The brick in the drain is dissolved.
Come on, open door. There we go. I don't know what happened earlier. Alright, let's go.
Now, very carefully. Whoa! I think the coast is clear again. Ew! There's quite some heat coming out of that crack. My eyes are itching, just standing in front of it. Goodbye!
Really? Really? You're gonna really let me do that? Alright, whatever, man. Anyway.
the outer shell. Initiating usage of Tank 1.
This can't be happening. It still works. There must be some way to get rid of this wretched creature.
Oh no. I don't have whatever this thing is. I don't think anyway. It says use bomb with the creature, which I don't have.
You stupid thing! I'll show you!
The machine really did not like... Try not to voice. Doesn't like that sound of voice.
Rising temperature. Comp initiating.
This can't be happening. It still works. There must be some way to get rid of this wretched creature.
I'm missing something. Where do I get that? The bomb. Oh, oh.
Jarek, listen. I'll leave it to you.
As you...
Strange technology.
Scanning cells. One prisoner on board. Negative. The opening of the cells is initiated after reaching the main building.
Looks like I will stay imprisoned here until we reach that building down in the valley.
Transportation of the prisoners initiated. Transportation of the prisoners aborted. Minimum number of prisoners required. 4. Requesting scan for update.
I don't think that nasty door is gonna let me through with that.
I guess I'm not as close to the end as I thought. So I obviously need the bomb from him. Pick scan cells. So I like missed the first part of this part. Use the iron bar with the lower crack. The upper one won't work. I would have never thought of that either.
Scanning cells. Prisoners on board.
I hate to say it, dear, but I have been admiring your cleverness for a while. Let's go.
Transportation of the prisoners initiated. Further transportation of the prisoners initiated. Opening cells.
Thank you, buddy.
Don't start celebrating just yet. We'll be disappearing into that building any second. And from the looks of it, it's going to get as dark as a bear's butt. Hold on tight!
So just so you know, I'm not going to get the good ending. The good ending required me not to talk to the doppelganger before that final sequence that I initiated back there.
Entrance reached. Contacting units for transportation.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Ooh, that's pretty gross.
Oh my...
There they all are. Every animal imaginable. Taken from our world. Trapped like helpless flies in a spider's web.
So my parents might be here too, but what's happening to them?
How should I know? They're all in a kind of paralysis. This artificial intelligence must have planned something for all these poor souls.
We have to get them out of here. But how?
I don't think you'll find something as easy as a lever to turn off here, dear. Oh,
Stop calling me that.
What is it?
I believe this place is also controlled by the hideous creature below the factory, just like everything else in the area. We have to go back to the factory and destroy this thing somehow. Only then, I hope, will all the animals be freed from this horrifying place.
But how are you going to do that? Didn't you tell me your bombs had no effect?
Yes. There must be another way.
Ah! What is that?
Get out! No!
Derek!
Finn, stay where you are. Take my last bomb.
Now it's up to me.
Alright, let's see if I can get him the bomb. If not, then it's definitely going to be the bad ending. Yeah, he's gone. So, we're doing the martyr route. So my suspicion is the difference between the two endings is I give my doppelganger the bomb and they basically take care of it for me, versus me having to sacrifice myself. This is definitely the weirdest way we could have ended this.
When? What?
He's awake!
Where am I?
We did it, Finn! You saved us all!
The machines were disabled. We were able to flee.
But...
He woke up! A loud hooray for our hero!
Give him a break for Hippo's sake.
This is how
I
it
heard
would have
that you
ended.
destroyed that terrifying creature under the factory.
Yes, exactly! I heard you blow it up! I'm sure that horrifying thing had no clue who it was dealing with.
Please, a little more quiet.
This is
What?
not real.
Who told you that? And where are we? Trees and birds? Am I dreaming?
You're safe, Finn. Bolik and the others. They're all here too. We found you when we escaped from that huge building. You were lying on a mattress, somewhere outside, as if someone had placed you there for us to find.
Somebody must have taken care of all your injuries.
How? It can't be. The factory. It collapsed right on top of me.
We can't explain that either.
I think I know who did it.
Who?
Let's just say I've made a rather strange acquaintance earlier with one of these machines, but a slightly nicer one.
Right near where we found you, someone had also put a trail of little marks on the ground.
They led us here!
Finn! Mom?
Doesn't seem such a bad end to me. I thought he was
I
dead.
missed you so terribly.
Oh, we missed you too, Finn.
I've been looking all over for you guys.
We were so worried about you.
Well, not me. I knew my son would teach those machines who's boss.
Stop, Dad. I'm glad nothing bad happened to you.
I'll admit, those machines weren't particularly, gentle with us.
But much worse things would have happened if you and your friends hadn't done anything.
Oh man, I got so much to tell you guys. But where are we?
Well, it's hard to tell.
I guess it's some kind of reservation with trees, rivers, fields, as far as the eye can see.
That can't be.
Then come with us. We'll show you.
The king and his troops are already exploring it. Careful, Finn. Are you able to walk?
To be honest, I feel great. Mom, Dad, I'll see you in a minute. Wow.
Even though our own world is forever gone, here we may have been given a second chance.
The words of my doppelganger. Now I remember. Friends, our world did not disappear forever. It's right in front of us. The two worlds. They must have merged together after the scepter got destroyed. So now, our home is somewhere out there.
Wait a minute. Come here. Our species may never become true allies, and I can't simply forgive your kind for the century-long oppression of my people. So let me get something straight once and for all. We wolves will be there, dear. Maybe not as part of the rest of the animal community, but should a new danger threaten all our lives, we will be at your side.
Well, this comes unexpected. You know, I understand you. All these stories about you wolves that our grandparents passed on to us, they've probably been driving an unbreakable wedge between our species for centuries. But who knows? Maybe one day, we'll be able to coexist peacefully, without having to divide our territory.
I will do my best to uphold that, but the rest will depend on you. Put in a good word for me with your king. And Jarlina, there are a few things I'd like to talk to you about on occasion. Things I don't know if I can ever make up for.
We'll see, Father.
It's all so surreal. I still can't believe everything that's happened. Our whole world, our whole history, it was all very different from what we believed for centuries.
Now we know the truth, and we should make the best of it.
We have a lot to tell the others, and many things to take care of before things can get somewhat back to normal. But above all, we have a new history to write.
Yeah, I don't see what the big bad. Oh, no, that was the quote-unquote good ending. Oh, okay, no. I was looking at the guide literally, so the bad ending is if I actually don't talk to the doppelganger. Because that was that. Now I'm thinking about it. That could have been an option, is to not get the key card and to not get the. But given how I gotta get the blade anyway, it's like, it's not much of a hard like. I guess it's like you need the blade to get to the mattress. I'm trying to think of like how somebody could accidentally get to that part without skipping that whole thing. So taking the car, going in there. Then you have like the blade. Well, you got the car, you go in there. I could see how somebody could get the bad ending. Like if you completely, like, if you don't get the trash can, if you don't get the aluminum can from the garbage bin, you might not know that that's being able to be activated. You could completely miss the upstairs, the fire escape. And I'm trying to think, it's like, yeah, if you... Oh yeah, okay, I could see how... You do need to get the tablet from the sand place, from the pile of bones, to reflect the code. But you don't need to go past the... Because you don't need the blade and you don't need the key card unless you're going for the energy cell and the door for the Doppelganger. I'm trying to think if there's anything else you would need. Yeah, so like... Yeah, I can see how somebody could get the bad ending. And this sounds like a Pokemon Mysterious Dungeon song. I knew the raccoon was Michael Kovac. But if you want to see the bad ending, you can get the game for yourself and try it out. I certainly will, but I won't do it on here, because usually we play to the credits. And so, not to spoil anything that somebody might want to get... So what the walkthrough guide did was it basically put you in a position where you had everything you needed to get the good ending, so that at the point where you could get, like, use the bomb on the guy, you could leave and then go get the doppelganger and then talk to him and then go back and blow up the thing. Kind of a thing. Exclusive Owls. Oh, this is one of those backed games, isn't it? This is gonna be a long one then. I did like the adventure of it. Like it did do a very good job with its setting. And even though it got weird, it didn't get too weird, right? It was still somewhat grounded weird. Some of the puzzles, yeah, I would not have figured out the whole, like, sticking the pipe into the thing to stop it from moving, and then... Now is the time for... celebration. Oh, they have fireworks? Oh, these must be like the people that gave like a lot of money, I'm guessing. And they had a lot of big backers. Man, we had a lot of budget for fireworks, didn't we? Are we there yet? At the Woodlings. Sissy. Nez. What is this font called anyway? Because I know like every single old like adventure game uses this font. Surprised they didn't do it in alphabetical order. Family book. Trash dragon. W == sign. DOS la boss. Foxy Philly. Daladarn. Old Con. Johnny Nice. Flumberino. Generic Ariel. Well, they typically did it with like I guess it's the sort of blockiness with the border. So like the K's like have that little like tick on them. Definite personas in there. Ah, I would wonder why that would be. I mean, Macaroon Raccoon, Scum Buddy. Macaroon the Raccoon. That's really clever. I like that name. It's clever. My goodness. Evil Dragon. My goodness, man. You gotta why would you put your email address in there? Oh man, that's just asking to get doxxed. Whoopsie. Well, it's crescendoing. It must be, Yep, it's almost over. Alright, that was it. Alright.
Well, thank you everybody for showing up and enjoying the time. And next time we're going to be going back to Cobalt Core for our next voting game. So be on the lookout for the voting for the next game. And next week we will do our Cobalt Core run and see how that goes. Obviously, if you want to check this game out, I would recommend it. See what the bad ending looks like. If you just don't go to the doppelganger and find him. So, all right. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.